Probably think these just the same old games. I promise that I changed 180 degrees. 180, 180 degrees. 180, 180.
I used to be hell on a female, emotionally speaking. Only time I had time is if you were soaking and leaking. I mean, you could spend one night at most for the weekend, but after that you had to scat, no double stack. Give me my starter cap and starter jacket and started packing. How hard is that to understand? Caught on the Mac in that 15 with some Eastlands and Christians. Stay flow kept them pristine. Temper fade made a chick cream. Never sold her dreams, but ran game to get in jeans. I guess I wasn't genuine, not so late. Did whatever to get them to ride that pony. 100 broken hearts up on my dresser. Yes sir, never apologize, so it just fester forever. I got a beautiful wife now, ring finger iced out. Happily ever after, still regret my past life. I see I fucked up, slipped up, tripped up, had many hiccups. If I was you, I wouldn't pick up.
You gotta take me back. I just want you to know I changed my way. I bet you believe that. You probably think these just the same old games. I promise that I changed 180 degrees. 180, 180 degrees. 180, 180.
I've been in oh how I love thee. Although sometimes I question if you still fuck with me. Do you remember me? My love is deep, deeper than Radium Springs. I see you when I close my eyes and listen to Ray when he sings. I played in your streets, grew, introduced me to Kenjo, then we made therapy. You gave us Southern Click, Field Mob and Cotton Pickers. Lost my virginity in your shared my first blunt with you. Used to take the old school out to OE parts and OE with OE at Shackle Fall. Dodging them shackles loud, they call you the good life city, but I couldn't make a good living, so I chose to ditch you. Promise I wouldn't forget you. Went to Tallahassee for college, Atlanta to work. Came back 1 week and 3 of my homies got murdered. Look, I gotta go temporarily, hope it ain't permanent. Me and Eddie gonna build a community center when momentarily.
Take me back. I just want you to know I changed my way. I bet you don't believe that. You probably think these just the same old games. I promise that I changed 180 degrees. 180, 180 degrees. 180, 180 degrees.
3 stats, 50 Cent wanted 50 racks, Eminem wanted M's and M's. I feel like I'm great, but just late to the party. Too cheap to bring a date with them. The type that bring cranberry sauce to Thanksgiving. Come early and still take a plate with them. Paul Deep and that bus 38 with her. Floated bustin' like a fucking 38 hit ya. I got God while I'm worried about who ain't with me. Played games in the past, now it's great, been as long overdue. 12 months in the womb, give a player some room. Nothing can can't stop me. Not even the octagon color red won't rest till I'm popping, popping. Since Kenan and Kev was trying to act on all that. I remember B10 on the cafeteria table. We wasn't even in the mood for eating. We been starving from the begin. Keep them tater tots, we don't need them. We was feeding off the good mo, beating them. Big Gip, Cool Joe, C-Lo, G-Mo. Some of y'all done lost y'all mind. I was trying to find mine, so you know I bumped a kilo. All that I needed, 12-inch speakers in the trunk of my Geo. I drove it like a priest-o. How many leaks does it take till you get to the point where you straight enough to get out the game? How many hits do you make till you feel like you made it with a whole crowd screaming your name? It's the oohs and ahs, the cruising the cars with Italian names on the dash that you couldn't pronounce. See, money ain't the root of evil, it's the love of it. Some people end up getting rich and fall in love with it. Me, I had it, lost it, got it back. Let me get an amen if you follow facts. That's my favorite hashtag. If you ain't trying to get to your dreams in the bag, then going back, bad, bad, bad.
Hi, I'm Bill Bragan, Executive Artistic Director of the Arts Center at NYU Abu Dhabi. Welcome to the Arts Center's 6th season and the first slam of Rooftop Rhythms' 9th season. I want to thank the Arts Center's lead sponsor, the telephone company Swipe, our sustaining sponsor, GAC, as well as our media partners, the national newspaper, Al Ittihad, Abu Dhabi World, Yalla Magazines, and Time Out Abu Dhabi. Before we go on, just a few notes about upcoming programs, which are all online this fall, so no matter where you're watching from, you can be a part of our season. We're excited that tonight this also means we can have judges for the Slam join us from around the globe. During the peak of the shelter-at-home period, we learned what we already knew, that the arts are essential tools in helping us to process difficult times and deep emotions. And few pieces struck a chord as much as Toshi Regan's concert version of Octavia E. Butler's Parable of the Sower as part of our Reconnect series. Some of you may be aware, there's a big election coming up in the US in a few weeks, and we know whatever happens will have reverberations around the world. For many years, on the night after the presidential election, Toshi Regan has gathered her community at Joe's Pub at the Public Theater in New York, the venue I used to oversee, to process the results of the night before. We're very proud to welcome Toshi back to the NYUAD community on Friday, November 6th, with the just announced free online concert filmed live at Joe's Pub on the Wednesday, right after the election. It will include some special material selected just for us, followed by a live Q&A, as the first in a new initiative we're creating with her called Sacred Transmission. Make sure you check out our website, nyuad-artscenter.org, for lots of upcoming events, including next Monday's recital by pianist and NYU Abu Dhabi faculty member Yannis Ponomousis, playing Debussy and Liszt. a screening of short films from Oscar-nominated director Sam Green, as well as talks and workshops as part of our Off the Stage series. To find out more, follow at NYUAD Art Center in social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and you can see many past events on our YouTube channel. And now for tonight's show. Created by Dorian Paul Rogers, Rooftop Rhythms has become a vital engine of creative self-expression, continually expanding the scope of conversations in the UAE. We're especially excited that tonight's edition showcases so many members of our independent music community performing original work alongside talented spoken word artists. We're grateful to Rooftop Rhythms' sponsor, the U.S. Embassy in Abu Dhabi, for supporting this platform for the diverse voices of our community. We'd love to hear from you during the show. If you're in the chat, let us know where you're watching from, and if you want to show some love, use your emojis to snap approval or applaud the artists. And now, welcome to the stage, your host and founder of Rooftop Rhythms, Dorian Paul Rogers.
Hello, everybody. Hello, and thank you, Bill Bragan, the Art Center at NYU Abu Dhabi, Abu Dhabi, and the whole UAE. This is now my 9th year being here in the UAE, and it's like a second home. And it's a blessing to be here to present our 76th show on October 23rd, 2020. If you feel blessed to be alive on October 23rd, 2020, I need you to make some noise wherever you are. I know you're in your doldrums dealing with a lot around the world, but spaces like these are safe spaces for us to come together, have a good time in the arts, and that's what we're going to do tonight. So I want need you to make some noise. People will think you're crazy. That's okay. I want you to scream in your rooms on the count of 3 if you feel blessed to be alive. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, somebody did it out there, okay? We want you to leave comments, share this event, because we have a lot of locally based and international talent joining us tonight, and we're excited. So let's go ahead and get it going. Everybody, we have a poetry open mic and a slam tonight, and so you're lucky you don't get to hear me talk too much. I'm gonna go ahead and get right to the show. And who else to start the show with except for Miss Atma Dius, a student at NYU Abu Dhabi, a curator and a talented academic. Please show some love right now to Miss Atma.
Thank you. So hi everyone, hope you're all doing okay out there. So I'm going to perform, I guess, a love poem, I guess you could call it, I'm not sure. If my parents are watching, all events are purely imagined. None of this has happened, just for a heads up. Uh, okay, so this poem is called Love for the Cameras. Grey lens met my eyes before theirs. Second kiss caught by school camera attached to wall, stopping students jumping out of thought confines. In bus backseat, I overthink how I would be thrown out. I am here, still. Where could this video be now? I want to rewind my rebellion, youth colliding fast on screen like my lost first kiss, sloppy and hastily thrown into dustbin, before the garbage man saw love alone in young city, monitored by many brothers of school camera as it grows. A small world, so easy to fit in your heart, but not big enough to hold you to. To stay, fit your love in shadows in between staircase light flickers, and learn to kiss in the seconds before elevator hits ground. We love through silent fingers to lips between friends. Cornish does Coldstone Sundays, sidewalk talk with shawarma after tuitions, and parallel graying school bus seats. Hands close enough to touch, while teacher politely ignores, only to mention it during lunch break gossip. And written in white lies to parents, who insist love is risky, unstable, as if we do not call a young city who has yet to learn to love us home. Our internal alarms switched on always, our jokes are about cameras, walls listening, hearing hearts. Our fear is losing that flicker of free, so we search for hidden, abandoned nooks like ourselves to escape into before we fly, paper planes ejected over the edge of our city. And then, when you meet new lovers in lands borrowed through papers, with heartbreak authored by homes slowly packed into our every nerve. Don't joke that Big Brother's watching when they ask why you always look for camera lenses before their eyes. Thank you. My name is Atma, and this is Love for the Cameras.
That was beautiful. And you literally just showed us love for our cameras. What a great poem to do. I don't know if did you intend that, Atma? I think you're muted. That's okay. I see your head. It didn't seem like you intended that, but yeah, that's great for our virtual event. And your language and your craftsmanship of your work is always improving. And your mother or father won't be worried because we know that all poetry is make-believe, right? It's all make-believe. So guys, don't believe in anything that she says. Just take it for its beautiful words, okay? So we're gonna keep it going, keep it flowing. I can't hear you like we're in a normal crowd at NYU. So right now, if you're feeling what Atma just said, when I say rooftop, you say rhythms, rooftop. All right, this is a good faith thing. I'm hoping I'm not the only one saying this, guys. All right, here we go. The next artist, we're gonna mix in some live music. We're just getting your energy right because in a couple more performances, we're gonna go ahead and get into the first round of the slam. This is gonna be exciting. Only the second time we've done a poetry slam in our virtual format. So let's get the energy up. I need you to stand up right now for this young brother making some noise on the original music scene in the UAE. His name is Ali Chapman. Everybody say, yeah, Ali, Ali.
Hello, I'm Ali, and this is my little sister Francesca. We're going to be singing an original song, which is called Hallelujah. I hope you like it. It's basically about a friend in the UK and the difficult time that she was going through. So I hope you like it. Rest your head on labyrinth of pillows. So ashamed, have I let you down? Don't you fret, darling, don't you even dare pay. You and I will get you through this bad week. Cold little rain check, I'm into Spain. Mama tried to call her, Mama in a bad way. So we have been off tracks, she rebel with the trains. Learn from the curse, keep trying to explain. To be right in a world that's so wrong. I don't want to leave out my precious little song. But ride the ship, I calm myself and relax. But this song doesn't send when I collapse. Oh, this song doesn't send when I collapse, when I collapse, when I collapse. Oh, Lord, hey. Sometimes you shy away from it because we find the trend now and finally find ourselves in. You go all sometimes you shy away from it because we find the trend now. We ain't fitting in, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. Hallelujah, you don't understand. Hallelujah, hallelujah. don't understand. Thank you very much.
Everybody, please keep it going for Ali. And your sister's name one more time. Can you unmute your microphone? What's your sister's name?
Francesca.
Thank you, Francesca. Is he a good big brother? Is he doing a good job?
Yeah, yeah, he is.
You can hallelujah that he's a good big brother. You can tell he's a big brother because while he was singing, he was looking back at Francesca like, okay. All right. We love when siblings and family come together. And was that a family member in the background clapping for you, or did you hire a fan?
That was Mum and Dad, they were both dancing.
Thanks, Mom and Dad. Everybody, we're dancing all over the world right now. We're a big fan of Ali and Francesca now. So guys, keep using your talent. You're super talented and we're so proud of you, okay? Thanks, everybody. Show some love wherever you are right now. One more time for Ali, as well as Atma. We just have so much talent. Let me tell you, a few years ago, we were mostly 90% poetry, but as we've been a consistent open mic in the UAE, we also wanted to original music through the recommendation of Bill Bragan. And we do that so that we can force artists to be comfortable in their own writing and grow as writers, as opposed to some of maybe the cover open mics, which are beautiful in their own way. But thank you for meeting the challenge, Ali, and all the independent original writers out there. And let's keep it going for another one. This young lady is a student at NYU Abu Dhabi as well, and so talented as a songwriter, singer, and guitarist like Ali. So please, without any further ado, show some love to Suzanne. Sadiq, D.
So I wouldn't say this is an original song, but it is a rewrite to Braham's Lullaby. I don't know if everyone knows that. And I'm just going to repeat it twice for effect, I guess. I don't know. But yeah. Lullaby and good night with... Sorry, I'm going to start again. Lullaby and good night. Lay your thorns in bed light. Careful, darling, lay your head. Don't move the pretty rope from your neck. Hope you dream about the things that go beyond this life. Close your eyes like you're dead. May thy slumber be blessed. Lullaby and good night. Lay your thorns in bed light. Careful, darling, lay your head. Don't move the pretty rope from your neck. Hope you dream about the things that go beyond this life. Close your eyes like you're dead. May thy slumber be blessed. May thy slumber be blessed. Thank you. That was Suzanne's Lullaby by me, Suzanne Slatter. Thank you.
Thank you, Suzanne. Thank you, Suzanne. And thank you for bearing with us, everybody. I think her volume went down just a little bit, or maybe she was singing in lullaby volume. You didn't think about that. Here's a meme. Okay, I think she was singing in a soft tone. Salam Atas made a good point. He wants to cradle a baby right now. So if anybody has a baby that you trust him with, you can supervise, but he would like to cradle your baby to Suzanne Sadiq's song. Thank you so much, Suzanne. You're gonna hear more great open mic participants But for right now, we're gonna go ahead and get ready for our slam. What I want you to do right now is drum, whatever you are near, okay? You can drum the wall. Don't wake up anybody if they're asleep. We're gonna go ahead and get ready for the MC spiel, which is a traditional slam announcement read before we start a slam. If you don't know, slam is a poetry competition. Let's go ahead and get into it, right? Welcome to the first poetry slam of season 9, Rooftop Rhythms number 76, and our first slam of the 2021 season. You should be getting excited right now. Tonight, you will see 6 poets competing to be our slam winner, which includes bragging rights, 1 week's of supply of, it looks like we upgraded to premium petrol from the Adnot gas station on Old Airport Road. We also have a 30 dirham voucher to Lebanese flour, any location, 2 cases of chips Oman, and the winner will receive 300 dirham. Please do not do anything that may distract these artists, like say anything too crazy while they're performing online, although they probably won't be looking at the Facebook chat, so you can say whatever you want. In Poetry Slam, there is no music, there are no costumes or props, and each poet will be performing original work. Poems may be up to 3 minutes long, but they know that after a 10-second grace period, the performer will lose points for going over time. We have chosen distinguished judges, which happen to be my good friends from all over the world right now. And I'm gonna go ahead and introduce them before we have our sacrificial poet. So can we bring up the judges and the timekeeper, please? Everybody, please clap for these beautiful people. Unmute your mic, judges, real quick. We have a second. Hello, you can unmute your mic if possible. All right, everybody, first we have hello. We have Dr. Adam Hens to my top left. Everybody clap for him. He's an academic, a poet, and one of the main organizers of the Southern Fried Poetry Slam, which many of us come from when we come from America and the American South. So he's a good friend of mine. Wave to them, Adam. Don't look so serious. Okay, he's a real cool guy. All right, to his right is how I see it on the screen. We have another good friend of mine by the name of Derek Standifer. Please wave, Derek, or do whatever you do to greet. Okay, he is a poet, an educator, and fellow member of Back Talk Poetry Troupe, Black on Black Rhyme, from Tallahassee, Florida, and a really powerful young man, and an amazing poet as well with Dr. Hens. So let's keep it going. In the left over here is my friend Fiona. She's going to be doing timekeeping. Please wave your hand. Okay, Fiona, just make sure as soon as a poet starts speaking, that's when you start that time, okay? We count that like a performance move. Next, we have probably one of my best friends. That's why she's smiling, because she knows the compliments are coming. Everybody, it's Samantha Thornhill. She is a poet, author, educator, and also Black on Black Rhyme Back Talk Poetry Troupe family member, and as a former educator at Juilliard. Teaching poetry, okay? So thank you so much for joining us. And next we have Asia Sampson on my bottom left. Everybody showing some love. He's also an amazing poet and a touring poet. He's one of the most booked poets on the collegiate or university scene in the past decade in America, and just a really cool guy that makes leather bags and videographer, director. You do make leather bags. Don't be ashamed that you make leather belts and leather outfits and you wear leather pants. All right, let's keep going, everybody. Next we have on the bottom right, this will not turn into a roast session. And on the bottom right, we have my friend Kyla Janae Lacy, a powerful poet, also a touring poet. And you may have seen some of her viral videos on the Right About Now page, all over social media, and people like write her words on walls during protests. And I just wish I could do that, have that happen to me one day. So everybody clap to the judges, we'll come back to them. Guys, please get a piece of paper and like a permanent marker. And let's go ahead and keep it going. We're about to have a sacrificial poet, but before we do, judges, you're our experts for tonight. Feel free to, we're gonna let you know how we feel about your score. Please score people from 0.0 to 10.0. For decimals, only go to the 10th place. Judges, don't let us sway you in the comments section. It's up to the crowd to sway the judges if you can get their attention. Let's go ahead and get ready for our calibration post, everybody. This poet is not in the competition. competition, but will be judged just the same. Judges, you may use this poet's score as your baseline to compare with the rest of the poets to come. Although this is a competition, we want to stress that the point is not the point is the poetry. So let's have a good time wherever you are watching all over the world, and let's get ready for tonight's sacrificial poet. He goes by the name of Mr. Roger Bonheur Agar.
What is the song to a pandemic, to a people dying when they are all people, when struggling to find a slick enough pattern to call meter? To survive pandemic, we need a talking drum to syncopate the way a virus move. No loop of a head nod will mimic this, base this away, no matter how deep the underwater ripple of the kit's kick. We need a talking drum with a slow squeeze and scooped lung to call back to a back bent in the sun, to make sing long a moan, a syncopathic. It's the time to invent rhythm we can randomize into tune. To dice roll the manner of a virus move is to multiply by a million, how a min shall mass mimic a river, multiple tides at work from above to below. Here in the middle of the night, waiting for America to tumble into peak infection is to witness icosahedral dice roll, each bounce the possibility of a million points of refracted light to catch and shatter again. To be caught and shattered again is to try to impose a song on a pandemic. Only the most ancient indigents have the keys to them pitch and chant, of which our beats are part, but mere thinned out semantic change variants of something that might talk back to a die unwilling, unable to pick a side on which to land, and so must upturn forever until the end of a maddening physics. We need a talking drum. Something in the earth rooting jazz, Billy apostropheing bars not even the FBI could cipher and code. Up late in the middle, looking at my child's ball, its tiny nubs poking out all around a little coronavirus mirror, imagining my indiscretions the reason for the world's displacement, that maybe I could fulfill my obligations to Yemayan Olokun and stop all this right now, that I could do my duty to appease the roiling trenches of the oceanic underbelly, struggle against my own cowardice, and restore a correct music. You ever feel you have a song inside you that could change how to sing? That maybe you hear a few times how to make the note, but not the note self? That your brain is a virus with no host to feed from? That the note unheard is the host? That you alone are walking this exquisite madness around the village of your interior life on the end of a long chain like the baddest dog in the roughest yard is not just you. You're not special. Everybody hoping for the quiet and the song they can't sing. Today, even the bottom of the ocean want to help you find that note. Oloku know what it is to be locked on that chain, to be bad dog leashed, jazz licks trophied into silence and waiting for the lung to scar into ridges of death. This is the pandemic. Every song, everywhere, simultaneously unsung. Only noise left, roiling the sea, drumming the air.
And that, everybody, is the facial expression I give when Roger Bonheur Agar performs a poem. Please clap from wherever you are from. And it's just a blessing to expose artists like this. I'm sure they're already known in this region, but just to further expose them in the UAE. Thank you so much, Roger. Just a little background information. I saw him with my friend Samantha, who's a judge tonight, in Tallahassee as he was touring with Def Poetry Jam on HBO. Russell Simmons has Def Poetry Jam, if you don't know about it, before Button Poetry and right about now. And so I saw him perform, and I think I was more so just rapping at the time, doing a little rhyming poetry. And Samantha was like, no, you need to check out spoken word, slam poetry. And Roger, you blew me away, brother. And you've impacted so many writers. So this was maybe 20 years ago, and I'm now accomplished in my own right. So thank you to people like you and other artists who paved the way for contemporary poetry. And hopefully you enjoy that poetry. Judges, don't let that affect your score. I wasn't supposed to say all that, but he's a calibration poet. Okay, so we're gonna go to the judges and Fiona, our timekeeper. Thanks again, Roger. I know you're clapping at home, whoever heard that. Thank you for that relevant piece. He's also in a band called Miyamoto is Black Enough, and he's slated to perform near the end of the year with Hakaya with the Arts Center, so we can't wait to hear you with your band. All right, so Fiona, to save time, if he was under 3 minutes and 10 seconds, then you're just gonna give me a thumbs up, okay? If he's over that time, then we'll unmute you, or you can write it on a piece of paper anytime over 3:10, okay? So was the time good, Fiona? Ooh, the time was not good. Okay, so she's gonna hold the time up, or maybe you could try unmuting your mic, whatever's better. Okay, that was 3:36. Okay, so that's a 0.26 time penalty, which means that 3.26. So we'll take away 1.5. Judges, is that correct from what you know about judging? If it's 0.26 over, that's 1.5 off. We'll take 1.5 off his score, unfortunately, but the point is not the point. The point is the poetry. So judges, hold your scores up on Thalatha. If you don't know Arabic, that's going to be 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. From lowest to highest, we have an 8.2. You should be booing out there wherever you are. 8.5, an 8.8. a 9.0 and a 9.2. This is a tough judge group. We got people who are friends with Roger, and they're just kind of being a little difficult over here with this scoring. Let's see what that is. Give me 1 second. That is a raw score of a 26.3 minus 1.5 is a 24.8. Everybody should be applauding the calibration poet, Roger Bonaire Agar. Now we're going to go ahead and get right into the slam. We have pre-selected, the poets have drawn numbers. And so we're about to go with the first poet in the first round. And that poet goes by the name of Miss Sarah Bedri. Everybody clap for the first poet of the first round.
Unmute yourself.
Hello. As mocks me for praying in onesies, as exchanges the robes of freedom for the silky tobe of comfort, swears gossip travels farther than hadith ever could. No matter how many times they burn down cities to ashes to fuel Islamophobia, the bond does not break, as they like us colored, but not outside the lines that they draw for us. No matter how many times we offer our children to the fire, the flames remain insatiable. Our love letter to God never has any return address. Deep in sujood, I am one with the earth. Always returning to Allah, but never arriving. Always returning to Allah, but never arriving. Always returning. As swears customs are stronger than beliefs. No matter how many times I have tried to split the two, the bond remained covalent. But a subatomic particle, always splitting, always dividing. I wear Azza's umbilical cord around my waist, built in all the dreams I have lost in the fire. Azza, we are more than our high men. Azza, every word ends in men, by men, for men. Sometimes I'm a small apartment city girl. Other times I am fall from my island hammock to the countryside's bungalow. as continues to burn for me until I see the road that leads me back to her. Here I stand, unable to lay down ground, roots violently plucked, to Waham for death metal, to Daisy for Afrobeats, but always Haneen enough for Pharaohs.
Everybody, thank you so much. Please keep it going for Sarah Bedri from Sudan. Thank you so much for that beautiful poem. And we're going to go ahead and go to the judges. I see people clapping in the back chat room. Thanks for hanging around, Roger. After you perform, if you have time, we still love it if you hung around and support the poets in the chat. Thank you so much. And thank you, Sarah. So Fiona, thumbs up if the time was good. I like how you're just being stylish with your thumbs up, like you took your time, like you didn't just give me a immediate, okay. Just like a, all right, no problem. All right, judges, are we ready? I speak many languages. Okay, so I'm going to do this in French, okay? Here we go, on toi, okay? Please hold your scores up. Is that right? Samantha, I'm not saying French correctly. Here we go, un, deux, trois. All right, from lowest to highest, we have an 8.0. We have an 8.8, we have an 8.6, we have a 9, and we have a 9.2. We're going to drop the 9.2 and the 8, and that gives us a 26.0 for Sarah Bedri. Everybody applaud the poet. That's a good first round score for Sarah Bedri. We're going to keep it going. Next in the first round is Mr. Salim Shukri Atas. Everybody clap up for Mr. Salim.
What if the woman you love is your conscience? You're not number one, you're the only one. I gave you the gun, so you cocked it and shot it like the devil's words. I never fought it. Threw you feelings and you caught it. So who are you lying to? Howling to no one but a dying moon. I don't recognize this path. Who's been guiding you? Every time you veer off, I gotta work on finding you. Have I lost you forever? Autopilot or a family cruise? Left my ego bruised, but it's fading. You get hurt, get mad, get tired of waiting. Maybe one day your name won't cause a want that's aching, but that's not tonight. So tonight I'm waiting. Swimming pools of clouds. Am I drowning or elevating? I'm serenading. Ukulele strings playing music. Soul child like I care less. I wish I could care less, leaving me breathless. I'm tired, or maybe just sleepy. Because in my dreams, you can't wait to see me. Kind of a contrast to what happens really. I mean, do you fear me? Nah, that's too easy. Have you moved on? Damn, she used to need me. Now she won't come near me. It's probably for the better, I think. I can't really think at this late hour. Salim, brush your teeth. Take a cold shower. And don't text. Don't post on Instagram to flex. Don't subtweet about her and don't Snapchat the rest. Just get some rest and the rest will fall into place. You're a little lost, haven't found your place. Placed and lost and found because they ran out of space. Forgetting who you are for days. Falling in love doesn't pay. I'm in debt. And the debt collector does not play. Where are the nights she spent thinking about you while you slept during the day? So my soul keeps getting cut and now I'm fading away because I just wouldn't say what you already knew. That I was in love too, but I was too scared to lose. So I did it wrong because I didn't want to move. The path you take to avoid your destiny is usually the fastest way there. That's why I am moving at light speed to the middle of nowhere because I'm lost. And I was hoping you'd hold my hand to guide me. But at this late hour, only God can find me. So sleep early, because late nights are good for nothing but bad choices and poems. And if they ask you, what's Salim like on a good day? Just say, I don't know. Thank you so much.
Okay, I can't really have reactions, but that was Salim Atas. I think we're going to have a good slam tonight, everybody. That was Salim Atas. Let's go ahead and go to the judges. I do have a correction. I made a mistake. I'm an English teacher, not a math teacher. So correction, that is Sarah Bedri with a 26.4. Anybody good with math, please fact check me out there and message me if you know my number. Otherwise, it'll just be messed up and not correct, math. I don't know. All right, here we go. Miss Fiona, how are we on time? I liked it when you're doing the slow thumbs up. Never mind, I messed up your swag over there. Okay, judges, hold them up on 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. From Lois, a 0.8 Hensbo. Don't do them like that. All right, here we go. And 3 8.0s. Virtual crowd, how do you feel about these scores? I think I overheard someone like, I liked it when we just picked regular judges that didn't really know about poetry. Okay, because the scores are just like 2.8. Okay, here we go. Lowest to highest, we have a 80, 80, 80, 90, 91. Okay, we're gonna drop the 80 and the 91, and that gives us a 25.0 for Salamatas. I think it's gonna be an interesting slam with this scoring. Let's see what happens. Next on the mic, third poet. We have 6 poets. Third poet in the first round goes by the name of Miss Hiba Rashid. She. The screen's supposed to switch when I do that because it looks much better. Okay, here we go. Rashid.
This is my take on the 30th of June protests that happened in Sudan this year during the pandemic. My people defy the pandemic to define a revolution. No respiratory fears or even death could hold them back because they faced death before, proposed to death before, married it on a sacrificial altar in sickness and in health for the love of a nation, purge of a nation, for generations to stand, heads held high, no power cuts, no tear gas inhalation, no painful lines for loaves of bread, no fruitless last breaths on hospital beds. For generations to lead kind lives, breathe freedom and peace, no RSFs, no CO2s from the military's toxic stench. I think that is the real pandemic. A disease spreading from a governance that fires bullets into young ones' chests, throw them off bridges with bricks tied around their legs tied of women violated to break their spirits in humiliation, a teacher's organs skewered and a doctor murdered for saving others. I think that is the real pandemic. Power is a virus in the wrong hands. And when leaders sell morals for dollars, no masks, no vaccine, no social distance in between can sanitize genocide or any crime against humanity. My people defy the pandemic to define a revolution, not because they are reckless, but because COVID-19 is not the virus that has left them breathless. My name is Hiba Rashid, and this was The Real Pandemic. Thank you.
Everybody show some love to Hiba Rashid. Okay, let's go to our judges. Shouts out to the production team at the Art Center at NYU Abu Dhabi, like for bringing in judges. When I say the word judges, like right here, like right, watch this. Bring in the judges. Look at that right there. Hensbo, you like that, right? That was like, we practiced that, man. All right, Fiona, let me get a slow thumbs up because I like it fits your hairstyle. Let me get like a swagged out thumbs up. Let me hear it. Or thumbs down. Also, we were good with the time with Hiba. Okay, and judges. We're gonna do this one in a type of Latin that I learned when I was a kid on account of Ithre. Okay, here we go. Unwe, Wute, Hrithe. Please hold your scores up. Hold your scores up. Sam, I'm just as corny as I ever was. Hensbo, you got like some type of mirroring going. Oh, you're playing with us over there. Okay, that's all right. 8.2 from Samantha. Ouch. 8.9 from Kyla. Don't cover up your face, Kyla. We want to see you, girl. 8.9 for Asia. We have a 9.5 from Hensbo and a 9.6 from generous Derek today. Derek's in a good mood. Everybody else is having a rough month. We're going to drop the 8.2. We're going to drop the 9.6. Keep the 8.9, 8.9, and 9.5. Give me a second. I believe that's a 27.3 for Hiba. Applaud the poet Don't worry about the score. This is all in good faith and fun. So let's keep it going, everybody. The fourth poet in the first round goes by the name of Naima, all the way from Canada. Show her some love, everybody, to Miss Naima.
Mic check, 1, 2. Can you hear me? Yeah? All right. This one's for my sisters, the ones who have played the facade to stay in the box that they expected her to be comfortable in, to prove she was worthy of the love that she truly deserved. This one's for my sisters who have said enough is enough. You have stayed strong for so long, thinking that understanding meant allowing disrespect and neglect, and that caring for someone meant sacrificing parts of your soul. This is for my sisters who have been so patient, for the ones who are still hanging on because they see the little bit of good that no one else does, and for the ones hanging in the middle because they see that dark side that no one else does, and to the ones who finally said goodbye. This is for my sisters who have been left feeling empty and broken, from those who refuse to heal, those whose deeply rooted pain you must realize does not belong to you, those who do not understand that you have your own scars to heal. My sister, I am so sorry for the heaviness that you carry. I am so sorry that you were not valued, that you transformed yourself into a human shield that took on all the bullets for an individual you wanted so much to be the one, that your voice was silenced, that the heart-wrenching invalidations caused the vastness of your light to slowly fade away. I'm so sorry you constantly questioned your self-worth by not feeling good enough. But what will it take for you to see how precious and beautiful you are? What will it take for you to see what I and so many others who love you see? What will it take for you to pick yourself up and realize your royalty? No one in this world can tell you when you're ready, but while you journey down that unsure road of solitude and self-reflection, know that you are valued, and the sincerest of hearts have no doubt in their minds of how big your love is, how amazing you are, how unique and blessed anyone would be to have you in their life. That your healing heals the generations of the past of those too afraid to stand up, that your healing should be gentle, safe, and will take time, that your healing will be a means of other sisters gaining strength from your story and your resilience. So close the door on the time lost fighting for those who did not fight for you. For you are a warrior and you must continue to fight for you. For the queens whose crowns were trampled on, close your eyes and remember the second you first opened them. Your mama held you in your arms with tears of joy for the miracle of your precious little life. She was ready to receive you. And the reality is, not everyone in this life will be. So baby girl, remember that this is not what you were meant for, and find your way back. This is for my sisters to remind you to never forget who you are. And if you ever find yourself about to fall, badu that crown and know you 20 feet tall. Peace. I'm Naima, and that was for my sisters. You know who you are.
Thank you. Shouts out to all the sisters out there, and never forget who you are. Thank you, Naima. Only 2 more poets in the first round, but for right now, let's go to the judges and the timekeeper for Naima. Show her some love in the chat box. Before we go to the judges, let's shout out some people who are showing us love. We're in the 50s and 60s with live attendance on Facebook and maybe another 20 or so on YouTube. So thank you to everybody for spreading the word. We have Shahad Ibrahim checking in all the way from the UK. Shouts out to Rosalind Hester. Lindsay, as always, thanks for everything. Kathleen Michelle. Bill Bragan's checking in, of course. Shireen Atatra. Yusra. And my friend Hamza Ibrahim, if you're checking in, just let us know where you're from and I'll make sure I'll shout you out. So let's go ahead and go to the timekeeper and judges. How are we, Miss Fiona, on time? 3:05, good. Fiona, if it's under 3:10, we're okay. Because there's a 10-second grace period. All right, that's okay. Everybody clap for Fiona, she's got it, she's got it. Judges, hold them up on 3, here we go. Hold them up, hold them up, hold them up, up. Here we go. From lowest to highest, Unaima has, I have 4 scores. So it looks like Kyla got booted out somehow. So we're going to make sure we get her back on. Give us 1 second. 7.6. We have an 8.2. We have an 8.3 and a 9. So let's do this really quickly. We're waiting. We cannot go on without our next score. We have a little time. We have so many esteemed judges, but we had my friend Asia who asked to perform if there was time. So we challenge all of our judges tonight to please join us again. There's always a standing invitation for a paid spotlight feature. We would love to have you back. But for now, we're going to go to Asia really quickly as we wait for Kyla. Asia, are you there? Can we go to the judge, Asia, please?
What's up, guys? She's back. Kyla's back.
Okay, so no Asia performance, everybody. Yes, no Asia. No, I'm joking. Asia, we'll try to come back to you as long as we have time, okay? Asia's a humble guy. Sorry about that, Asia. Kyla wanted to torture you and make it seem like you're going to perform. Okay, but she's back. Kyla, can you hold up your score, please? We have from lowest to highest a 7.6, 8.2, 8.3, a 9, and this is your score for Naima, Kyla. 8.5. All right, we're going to drop the 7.6 and drop the 9, and that'll be, that's a 25.0. The point is not the point. The point is the poet, Naima. Asia, we were not playing a prank on you. We, inshallah, will come back to you very soon. Let's go to the next poet in the first round. Everybody show some love to Muhammad Anis.
Plastic, crude oil, and Earth's unwanted middle child. I see you carrying mom's necessities back home. I see you bearing the brunt of the trash, the little nephew's teeth molding the nape of your neck into a chew toy, how you put up with rolling his walker through every accident his imagination pushed you into. I see you wandering the air, a humble imitation of the clouds. I see you caressing the ink of this poem and grandmother's picture on my 11th birthday. I see an amputee wearing you, a synthetic but honest attempt to dispel the phantoms that dwell where his legs should have been. I see you cast away, carried along water, even though it had once taken the shape of you. They abandon you in space after you safeguard them past the stratosphere. But you can take the consolation knowing that the stars won't be as inconvenienced as us. Maybe you can hear them over radio chatter, wailing about population control, their eulogies making you out to be a manifestation of their negligence, not manifestation that was neglected. Maybe they wail because you are the object of envy. Perhaps they see in you the qualities they've always wanted, longevity, or the ability to shape oneself around the satisfaction of the ego. Perhaps they seethe as they watch you being carried across the ocean, paraded across the waters like the effigies they wish were shaped after them, passportless in a world that celebrates the borders it has built. They'll pretend to mourn the dead you send them, their sentiments as synthetic as the accusations they pin against you. So float, fly, let the waters take the shape of you. Plastic, crude oil, and Earth's unwanted middle child. My name is Muhammad Anis, and that was an ode to plastic.
That was Muhammad Anis, everybody. Let's go to our esteemed judges and our cool fly timekeeper, Fiona. All right, okay, look at that swagged out. Judges, have you ever seen a cooler swagged out thumbs up when it comes to time? That's Fiona right there. Okay, and we were good on time. So judges, please hold up your scores on 3 for Muhammad Anis. All right, please hold them a little closer. Kyla, you're the first judge to judge from a bed. I just want to tell you that. So that goes down in history and some, it's okay. I mean, I'm not surprised. It kind of fits your style. Okay, Asia. Asia's not surprised either. Asia, hold your score up. Is that 9.1? Okay, 9.1, 9.2, 9.7. We're going to drop the 9.7 and the 8.1, and we now have a 17.2 plus 9.2. We have a 26.4. There's some pretty close scores from Muhammad Anis. Everybody, we've made it. Keep it clapping, keep it going, keep some cheers going, whatever you're doing right now, to the last poet in the first round, and she goes by the name of Miss Jenna AF. Show some love to Jenna, everybody.
In my belly, clenching, unclenching, one punch, two punch, I am winded. Stuck in place by my own anxiety. There is a monster in my belly and it keeps on punching, one punch, two punch. You'll never be good enough. Fingers claw their way up my throat, stopping my airflow, and I cannot make a sound, suffocated by my own sense of worthlessness, of inability. There is a hand wrapped around my windpipe and I cannot make a sound. And so I sit down, inhale, exhale in ragged gasps. You are not smart enough, not good enough, not man enough. There are eyes, she tells me, and they watch you as you walk through the building. There are eyes and they watch you as you walk through the building and they tell me things, she tells me. So I gasp silently, inhaling and exhaling while there is a fist in my belly. There is a fist in my belly. There is a fist in my belly. One punch, two punch, stares bore into my being, branding me. I am not good enough. And so she sends her spies through crevices and holes with eyes and words, leaving wounds deep and jagged like a knife drawn across my wrists. I am not good enough. And I tell you, there is a fist in my belly. One punch, two punch, I am not good enough. There are eyes like knives. One cut, two cut, I am not good enough. And she laughs. And she laughs as she hears on her throne of bottled tears, she put fists in my belly. And I cannot even make a sound. I'm Jenna Fakhuri, and that is Fists in My Belly.
That was Jenna, everybody. Keep it snapping for all the performers, snapping, clapping, whatever you do. Let's go to the judges. Thank you, Jenna. Judges and timekeeper. Let's see with Fiona. Each time I want you to do a different thumbs up or thumbs down stylistic move. Okay, here we go. What do you got for us this time? How was time? Yeah, okay, we're good on time, everybody. Judges on 3. Hold them up, hold them up, hold them up. All right, we have Dr. Hens, who only could afford what are those flashcards? Okay, times are hard. All right, here we have Samantha with a professional wooden, what is that, ebony, mahogany? Here we go, she has a wooden frame. We have a 7.7, lowest to highest. Please boo Samantha, everybody. We have an 8.5, we have a 9.2, we have and 2 9.4s. One more time, keep them up to make sure I have that correct. That's a 7.7, an 8.5, a 9.2, and 2 9.4s. We're going to drop the 9.4s, keep the 8.5, 9.2. Hold on one second, please. That is a 27.1 for Jenna. Please keep it going for all the poets in the first round. We're going to tabulate who makes it to the second and final round. So what's going to happen, we can only keep 4 poets because we want to get you out of and let you spend your Friday however you choose to with family. So we're going to let you get out at 9:30 Gulf Standard Time. So that's only in about 25 minutes. Unfortunately, we cannot keep all 6 poets. So in a few minutes, we'll tell you which 4 poets make it to the last round and in which order. As we prepare to do that, I just wanted to shout out the Arts Center one more time, which is our longtime partner to present this event. You can check out all of their amazing international events as they're doing all online season, virtual season, at nyuad-artcenter.org, or check them out on Facebook at NYUAD Art Center. You can check us out, Rooftop Rhythms, on all social media outlets. So let's go ahead and show some love to a few open mic participants before we get to our last round of our slam. And that person goes by the name of Miss Anid. She is a student and she is another talented songwriter and singer. So please show some love without any further ado to Miss Anid Malel. There she goes. Hello, Anid.
Hello. I'll be singing an original song I wrote a few days ago. It's called I Miss You, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I can't look you in the eyes no more. Things just ain't the way they used to be before. Now you've become another memory, engraved in my heart so deeply. If I could turn back the pages of time, I would cherish all the moments that we had. I would love each day and live like we were gonna say goodbye. I miss you. I miss you. I can't help but think about you every single day. I hope that on the other side you're doing okay. I can't hold your hand no more and move the way we did on the dance floor. If you're looking down, I hope you're smiling, 'cause I'm doing fine, no need to worry. If I could turn back the pages of time, I would say to you how much I really care. I would show my gratitude for having you by my side. I miss you. I miss you. I can't help but think about you every single day. I hope that on the other side you're doing okay. Hold on to a photograph of you. I keep it nestled in the warmth of my embrace every single day. I miss you. I miss you. Every single day. I hope that on the other side you're doing okay. I miss you. I miss you. I can't help but think about you every single day. I hope that on the other side you're doing okay. Thank you.
Oh, everybody show Anid some love. That was amazing. I hope you had your lighters up. We miss you too, Anid. It's been too long. Anid, how long has it been? Unmute your mic, Anid. What's going on? You can't just blaze our stage like a year ago and then what's going on, Anid? Where have you been? We miss you.
I've been around. Yeah, I think it's been exactly a year since I last performed. I'll
You
try
just
and
bless,
be more consistent.
you just bless us 1 year. We'll be thankful. Like once a year, we'll be thankful. So everybody in Cyberland, please show and need some love. And let's keep all of our singers, songwriters, musicians, and poets at NYU. Let's keep them encouraged. Samantha knows how terrible I was as a poet at 19 years old. So thank God for life and experiences. So thank you so much, Anid. Only 2 more open mic participants as the focus is on the slam tonight. So we're gonna have you out, as I said, by 9:30. Thanks again for staying along with us. And don't forget to mark your calendars for November 20th is just a full open mic. We're going to try to get Hinsbo to host a haiku competition very soon. So that may be coming in November or December, but please mark your calendars right here on Facebook Live again and YouTube Live on November 20th. Let's keep it going. If you're ready for the next poet, please say yeah. I can't hear you, so please say heck yeah. All right, that poet goes by the name of Fadi Zaki. Everybody show Fadi some love.
The sweet sound of silence. Before the day, I will be put in my tomb, breathing inside my mother's womb. Heartbeats announcing I'm ready to live, babbling the knowledge of everything, as if I know all the secrets of the universe. See, my perspective back then was not corrupted or cropped. Need no filters from Instagram or enhancements from Photoshop. My mom was there, my dad was too. It's not a broken family, a happy one, may I say. But there is a time in life that you must walk away. Walking by yourself, for yourself, to be true to oneself is the hardest thing to do. I know, my friends, that you know that's true. Switching the lanes of life ignites the fire of the sacrifice, like chainsaw cuts you deep each step you take. People falls from both sides for every decision you make. Time to stop and wake up, to be washed by the rain, to get cleansing from the pain, to be ready and prepared to get back from where you came. The only difference is one letter, W and T, but the rest is the same. The sweet sound of silence, so loud. I finished the race, I'm proud. I'm taking all my memories and ward them all away, spread my spirit and fly high above the green forest, the rivers between the clouds of the sky. What a sweet sound silence is. Got a lot of ways. How many times it had been neglected and replaced with its deceitful noise, with its dreadful gaze. To what is next and what is beyond. Cut to the chase, get out of the maze and listen again to the sound.
Thank you, Fadi. Thank you, Fadi. Show Fadi some love. Fadi, keep your mic on really quickly. Everybody, real quickly, Fadi is in a movie. I believe you're in an action.
I'm an actor, theater and theater, TV and movies now. Vanguard Section and a new film coming on the way, Indian film. Acting instructor. I am now master's in creative writing, poetry. So I was published a book in poetry. Yeah.
You can check him out in the new movie Vanguard with Jackie Chan. I'm not sure of his role exactly, but you can message him more or look him up on social media. That's Fadi, F-A-D-Y, Zaki. He lives in the UAE and he's making the UAE proud with rich cinema and film industry. So thank you. We have our last open mic participant before we go to the second and last round of the slam. I hope you're enjoying yourself. The virtual slam event is definitely different, but we're glad to have you in this format. Considering all things happen around the world, we're still going to make the best of it and have great energy. So thanks for coming again. Our last open mic participant is Miss Aya Adib, another NYU Abu Dhabi student. Show her some love, everybody.
Hi. Before I begin, I'm just gonna say I think it's criminal to make me follow all of those acts. My gosh. But we're just gonna roll with it. We're just gonna go. So this is a poem I wrote called Too Young. Please do not compare it to others because it'll speak for itself. Okay, so age is only but a number, which is what our elders tell us to encourage us to strive for things beyond our imagination. However, once hit with the hard questions, the consequential questions, the imperative questions, the life or death questions, we are suddenly too young. They say climate change is fake without knowing what's at stake as they continue to take and take and take until there's nothing left to make and then move on to the next resource they choose to exploit. How about people this time? In a world where exploitation is proceeded with no hesitation and our greatest exploiters have the economic power to do as they please. Apologies. Or should I have said businessmen? Would that have been more correct? And so I ask you this. Am I too young to see that we don't live in equality, that a man out there is purchasing his fourth car, whilst another man bustles for coins playing his guitar? Am I too young to hear the shouts of men and women on the streets as they stand against racial discrimination whilst the powers of the world sit on unchanged legislation? Am I too young to smell the gray smog that permeates the air as the ice caps collapse, leaving me only to wonder what it feels like to breathe fresh pollution? And before those who disagree huff and puff and decide the world can happily decay, let me just say, it is the youth who are paving the way, the ones who are planning to stay, the ones who refuse to look away, and the ones who are fighting for a chance to see another day. Thank you. That's it.
You know that's a good poem when you say thank you, that's it. You know, like, I'm not gonna give you any more. Yeah, I just want to say you have a beautiful voice when it comes to your writing and what you have to say. So never compare yourself to others. I'm not saying you are, but you were saying, why am I coming after others? Everyone has their voice and their story, and yours is very poignant, and you have a powerful perspective. And they always say a Buddhist philosophy is the two things that keep you from happiness are comparison and attachment. So don't worry about those great artists. We're going to focus on how great you are today. So thank you for sharing with us, okay?
Thank you.
All right, and thank you again to our open mic participants. We're now going to go to the second and last round. Unfortunately, we had 6 great poets, but we can only keep 4, and they're good sports, so it's all good. So let's see who made it. With the highest score in the first round, everybody show some love to Hiba, making it to the second round with a 27.3. In second place, making it to the second round, is Jenna with a 27.1. And a tie for third and fourth place goes to Muhammad Anis and Sarah Bedri with a 26.4. Salam is cool. He made it to 5th place, former Grand Slam champion and a great sport. So thank you, Salam, for showing us how it's done. And we hope to see you at the next slam. And we also have Naima, a powerful poet, doing that great poem about protecting women. So thank you. She unfortunately did not make it to the second round. So guys, what we're going to do is go in reverse order of the poets' order from the first round and removing those 2 poets. So poets, please listen. We're going to start in reverse order. The first poet in this final round, who's coming up next, it will be Jenna. Jenna, you'll be first in the last round. Then we'll have Muhammad Anis going in reverse order, will be second in the last round, followed by Hiba, third in the last round, and Sarah Bedri going last in the final round. So everybody, wherever you are, let's go ahead and get our energy up and celebrate these poets who are having some fun with Slam tonight. And let's go ahead and call up the first poet in the last round, Miss Jenna. Everybody show us some love.
I touch his face with my fingertips. Until his eyes shut, his fluttering lashes haven't given up. I paint stories on his cheekbones, emotions laid out on the tip of his nose. Rough bristles caress the caresser, and still, his eyes do not open for one long moment as I speak to him without words. I want you, my fingers say. No, not in that way. I want you to love me. When the wind howls between buildings and the world feels just a little bit dreary, I want you to love me. When your confidence deflates like a helium balloon and droops between earthbound and the heavens, I want you, my fingers say, to hold me. When you're not okay, to tell me what hurt you that day, to cry into my shoulders when your own shoulder boulders. I want you, my fingers say, as I tangle them in wisps of your hair, to care. When I am silent, like a startled doe, like an ancient house, like a forest. Just before the hunter's gun strikes yet another one, and I want you. I want you to love me when you cannot even love yourself, when you wake up and see no reason to get up, when you are so low that only God can move your soul, but still, even then, I want you to love me back. I want you, my fingers say, just as your eyes snap open, the pupils struggle to focus until you look at me with a look so piercing I can scarcely hold it. And you say into the silence my fingers made, you say a single word, whispered. You say my name. I want you to love me, I want to say, but I keep silent, caught by the foreignness of my own name on your lips. I am Janae Fakhuri, and that was Love Me.
That was Jenna. And let's see how much the judges love Jenna. Okay, so let's go to our ever so stylish Fiona, timekeeper. And by the way, everybody, she supported us heavy for like 9 years. So please clap for Fiona, whether it's our silent parties, Abu Dhabi Soul. So please clap for all our longtime supporters. And she's the type everybody knows, all you performers know that's listening, judges, you know, these type of people, they'll tell you when something's not right, you know, like at your venue. So she's come to me before, like, have you seen this bathroom? Did you go in this bathroom? Okay, yeah, that needs to get right because, you know, it needs to be together. All right, so we love her so much and thank you for keeping us professional, Fiona. So we were good with time. All right, judges, here we go. Jenna's second round score. Hold them up on Thalatha. That's our Arabic. Hopefully you leave learning some Arabic. Wahid Ithnin Thalatha. Hold them up. From lowest to highest, we have Kyla. Are you participating still? Okay, 8.2, 8.3, 8.3. A 9 and a 9.5. We're going to take away the 9.5 and the 8.2. We're going to keep the two 8.3s and the 9. Was that a 9.0? Okay, so here we have a 16.6. We have a 25.6 second round score for Jenna. Thank you, Jenna. We're going to keep it going, keep it flowing. The next person is the second poet in the last round. He goes by the name of Muhammad Anis. Everybody show him some love.
There's a misconception that Frankenstein is the monster. The name actually belongs to the man who made him. In the story, he is referred to as wretch, monster, it. In the story, he is as nameless as depression. If Frankenstein wrote a poem instead, a prose from the bones of his closet, maybe it'd be the meaning his monster wished he had. His heart must have been a faucet for trauma, or maybe trauma was a faucet for his heart. Maybe stitching limbs into a sad monstrosity was easier. After all, a poem can sometimes resemble a soul too much. Hitler dreamed of being a painter. It was easier to wage world war and exact genocide than give life to a white canvas. Had he written stanzas, he'd probably see the reflection the mirror tried to show him before it was too late. Hate is the cheapest commodity a soul can buy to make sense of things, a twisted declaration of self-love attempting to spin itself into the shape of a heart that disfigured itself. Configured itself to a fidgeting shell of lies it tells itself. She was the pages Frankenstein could have written on. He was the canvas Hitler could have painted on. Hate is an emptiness that shaped itself into the ghosts the artists were never honest enough to see in themselves. Give a virus the pen of fate. We've been tempting it for too long. Watch it re-articulate the designs of neglect men are too afraid to admit. While the world bands together to usurp a world menace, remember how dolphins and swans swam back to Venice, how a clear sky hurried back to China like the father kicked out by his prodigal sons, or how a son finally got to see his father up close. Give a virus a pen and it'll make a poem out of all of you, shoving your New Year's resolution list down the shredder, reminding you of a world full of consequences, making you second guess second chances, even the man you voted for in the elections. The coronavirus is laughing at your makeshift toilet rolls made of your CVS receipts, terrorizing supermarkets more than the kids you feared crossing the borders. If Frankenstein wrote a poem, maybe he could have found love instead. If Hitler painted a painting, well, who knows? My name is Muhammad Anis, and that was Frankenstein.
That was Muhammad Anis trying to make things interesting today. Let's go to our esteemed judges and Miss Fiona. That's kind of the same recycle thumbs up dance move. It's just kind of, I'm not impressed, but you've been doing a great job with timekeeping, Fiona. We're good with time. Judges, let's hold them up on 3. And my most relaxed judge ever, Kyla, just still hanging in there. All right. I'm glad you're muted because you'd be roasting me right now. Here we go. Lowest to highest, we have Mr. Derek, 8.8. From lowest to highest, we have a 9.2, a 9.3. We have some now judges are getting bored, so they're leaving us notes over here. We have a 9.7. Hinsbo has some type of anime figure saying nice strategy to a niece. We have Asia with another message. Hinsbo has what? Is that appropriate? Hinsbo out. Hinsbo got excited. Okay, with a 9.8. We woke up Hinsbo. We're going to keep the 9.2 and the 9.3 and the 9.7. That gives us a 28.2, which is the highest score of the night so far. These difficult judges, everybody show them some love. They're getting nicer. Okay, we have 2 poets left. Please show some love to Miss Hiba.
Who are you? No, I'm not referring to the genetic makeup that defines you or the roots of a land that intertwine you. What am I? Not interested in the skin that has caused divisions or religion's claim to create a clash of civilizations. What constitutes us? Spare me your name, his ancestral claim, their history and ethnicity, and the cultural diversity which may shackle or bless our global communities. Set me free from these physical boundaries, these intangible weights encumbering human societies. Stop the spinning. Can I, for a moment, invert my eyes inwards to behold the magnificence of the human soul? Can I retrace my steps to that place before my face was engraved in my mother's womb, before my name graced protected pages and life wrapped me in its cocoon? Could I have been veiled by the drapes of heaven, sunbathing by honeyed lagoons, or serenading palm trees sheathed with golden lanterns to a Ramadan moon? I wonder. I was in my pure form, a spirit unblemished, before flesh and sin were born, before selfishness gave way to Satan to adorn my veins and steal my virgin core, before war kissed my cheek and laid me on poverty's shore. And he chose to bring me down, clay-like, for a purpose, and said he was closer than our jugular vein. I am a piece of the earth and a piece of him. Adam and Eve birthed me, mortal genes formed me, but a part of Almighty has been imparted in me. My soul is my immortal bridge to where I once lived in eternal bliss. I can't wait for my carnal dress to shrivel and liberate my true, real self. My name is Hiba Rashid, and this was Mad Musings. Thank you.
That was Hiba, everybody. Let's go to our judges and the stylish thumb using Fiona. Fiona, what do you have for us? We were good on time. Judges, here we go. Only 2 poets left. This one that you're going to score and the next one. Thank you so much for joining us. Most of them are joining from America. Hold the scores up on 3. 1, 2, 3. From lowest. From lowest to highest. We have no more notes to me, but we do have an 8.4 from Kyla. We have a 9.2 from Asia. We have a 9.3 from Hinsbo. We have a 9.4 from Samantha and a 9.6 from Derek. We take away the 8.4 and the 9.6, and our score for Ms. Hiba is a 27.9. It's going to be a close one. We're going to tabulate the scores up, but right before we do that, let's go ahead and go with our last poet of the second and final slam round. Please show some love right now to Miss Sarah Bedri.
This is called Rabata and Blues. It's on the June 3rd massacre. To the boy with nebula for eyes. Your kundalini awakened others. The world is bleeding in Matar's blue. I know you rest in orchids as white as your heart. Dark clouds, every shade of blue, cover the horizon. A wave of melancholy breaking our hearts before breaking the internet. The darkest of clouds, shower villages with everlasting green. A rainfall of casualties, the mother's tears never touch the leeward side of the blood chain. The rapid tyrants prey on the men of famine and selective memories, and the fathers can only pray. Shaking the bloody hands, performing wudu in the same water their sons lie. One day the mother's tears will flood the Nile. What will you tell them? What will you tell them when the missing sons come knocking as corpses? In Khartoum University's graduation dates are decided by their bullets. They always miss Ahmed's head. How long will it take before they land? How long will it take before we realize that the sand between our toes is gunpowder? At gunpoint, his title kept him safe. When someone cried out, "No, don't touch him, he's just a teaching assistant." He asks me what is left of him now to teach the brave ones he could not protect. Moments captured in black and white produce a feeling of nostalgia for warmth that never existed. But perhaps it was real and history stops romanticizing itself every single time it's caught. How long does the body live after the identity dies? How many women were left in IDP camps when their husbands were looking for the answer? What happens when the body rejects a transplant? Does internal displacement take place in the heart? Between families, or between the thighs of a Janjaweed's victim? The answers exist in forgotten films and undeveloped negatives in empty picture frames outlining the harshness of borders. They burned every single proof, every single reel in the dark room, but we're the ones who let the light in. Thank you.
And that was Sarah Bedry, everybody. And that was the end of our poetry competition. Please show some love to all 6 participants. I'm going to say all of their names. That was a very powerful slam. I think a lot of the topic matter was so poignant and important. So thank you to Sarah Bedry, Salam Atas, Hiba Rashid, Naima, Muhammad Anis, and Jenna. We only have the opportunity to have one winner. So let's see what Sarah Bedry did with time and her score. I'm going to ask the judges to unmute their mic. This is the last time we'll speak to you today. Thank you so much. You know how all of us have maybe more than a decade of individual history together. So if you can unmute your microphone, just let us know very briefly where are you watching from. And if you could give us maybe your social media handle so that we can get in contact with you and see all your great poetry and happenings. So let's start with Fiona. How are we on time?
We were good for time.
We're good for time. Where are you joining us from, Fiona?
I am in Abu Dhabi.
Thank you so much for staying with us and supporting us all these years. Let's go back to Hensbo. Hensbo on the top left, Dr. Hens. Where are you watching us from and where can we catch up with you on social media?
Well, my friend and I are watching from Indianapolis, Indiana. We're excited about spooky season. So thank you for inviting me to attend, Paul. Hopefully I'll see everybody here again. What was the other question?
If you can go ahead and give us your score if you have it so we can just save time and I'll write your score down.
At Hensbo on Twitter or Adam Hinsey on Facebook or _real_Hensbo on Instagram.
Oh, so you're that type. You're that type that has 3 different social media handles. I don't like that type. That's okay. All right, Hens, what was your score for Sarah?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, 9.6. Thanks so much, everybody. Clap for Adam Hens, a dear friend of mine, and hopefully he'll be hosting a haiku competition very soon at Rooftop Rhythms. We'll be updating you accordingly. Thank you, Mr. Standifer. How are you doing? Where are you joining us from? And how can we find you on social media?
First off, Paul D, thank you for the opportunity to serve. I greatly appreciate the blessings. I am tuning in from Tallahassee, Florida, the Mecca. Yeah. I can be found at Life is Like a Rubik's Cube on all social media platforms. That's Life is Like a Rubik's Cube. And
okay. And they spell rubric for people like me. Is that R-U-B-R-I-K?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. And that's a 9.2 for Sarah Bedry. Thank you so much, brother, and good connecting with you. All right. My dear friend, Samantha, I can't tell you what her nickname is over the internet, but this is my dear friend. And Samantha, tell us where you're joining from and your social media handle and your score for Sarah, please.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. It definitely gave me a shot of inspiration for the day, and I'll carry it with me into the weekend. I really appreciate all the poets. I'm coming from Florida, West Palm Beach, Florida, and my social media handle, Florida represent. My social media handle is Samantha Thornhill. You can find me on Facebook under Samantha Thornhill, and you can find me on Instagram under Lady Griot, LadyGriot, and this is my score.
Thank you so much. That's a 9.5. And she also does card readings. If you want to get your energy, spiritual energies right, make sure you hit her up. She talks about people's energies and the different spiritual entities that are protecting you. So thank you, Samantha. And Kyla. Kyla, you made it, girl. And right after this, you can just go right there, just fall asleep right there. All right. Kyla, where are you joining us from?
I injured my back.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm making a joke of you. Where are you joining us from?
My bed.
Okay, thank you. What city?
Atlanta.
My former home, Atlanta. And how can we find you on social media if we don't run across your viral videos? What's your social media handle?
So I have 3 different ones.
Oh, Lord.
My Twitter is because they kept kicking me off. But
what is it?
_Lacy on Twitter. My Instagram, which is where you can find some of my videos, is Kyla J. Lacy. And some of my videos are also on WAN Poetry on Instagram, WAN right about now. And my Facebook is my name right here.
Okay, and then what's your score? It's funny that you guys just can't say your score. You have to hold it up like you guys are so official. Okay, and lastly, Asia, my good friend, where are you joining from? Pensacola, Florida, is that correct?
Pensacola Beach, Florida. That's yes, sir. Originally from Miami, Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, I just realized almost every judge in here is pretty much from Florida except for Hensbo, because Kyla came from Orlando. So
I lived in Florida for like half a year. That almost counts.
Might as well just say we got Florida judges.
I went to school in Florida. Yeah, okay. And what's your social media handle, Asia?
Social media handle, pro tip, you can go look at my name and there's my social media right there, the Asia Project. That's on all platforms, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. You could just look at it on my name.
And if you want anything leather from Asia, just message him, everybody. He's a leather man. All right, we're gonna drop the lowest and the highest score, and we have a final score for Sarah, and that is a 28.0. So everybody, just give me one quick second to get the final scores, and you don't need to go anywhere. I'll give them to you right now. Hold on 1 second. Okay, we are ready. There can only be one winner. In 4th place, please show some love if she's still there, to Miss Jenna with a 52.7 in 4th place. 52.7, I believe it's her first slam. Amazing job for your first slam, talented poet. Please keep up the good work. Everybody clap for her. In 3rd place, it's only 2nd and 3rd, it was only decided by 0.2 of a point. Please show some love to Sarah Bedry with that powerful poetry. Thank you for sharing your truth. And we pray for Sudan continually with a 54.4. She's in 3rd place with the 54.6. And he's just always so close to just knocking out the win. and I just love his consistency and improvement. Please show some love to Muhammad Anis with the 54.6. And our winner, last season's Grand Slam winner, and the young lady who said, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and set the tone this season. There'll be a few other preliminary slams or qualifying slams to go to our Grand Slam, but Miss Hiba has gone ahead and set the bar to let you know she needs to be reckoned with this season as well. Thank you so much, everybody, for an amazing Rooftop Rhythm 76. Thank you to our special guests, our sacrificial poet, Roger Bonner-Gar, our talented singers, songwriters, and musicians, as well as our poets, and the production team at the Art Center at NYU Abu Dhabi. May Allah bless you. Before we leave, let's have a quick message from Bill Bragan. Have a blessed night. See you November 20th.
I want to thank everyone for coming to Rooftop Rhythms. Thanks so much to Dorian and all our performers and judges, and congratulations to all the slam competitors. We hope to see you at upcoming events, including Monday's piano recital by Yanis Potamoussis, Sam Green's short films, Toshi Regan's post-election sacred transmission, and more. Find us at nyuad-artcenter.org, and we'll see you soon.
Should I get that candy paint or maybe make it two-tone? Sit that thing up on some bowls or how about 100 spokes? See, at first I wanted to, but I'm glad I got both so I can slam more doors, slam more doors. I'm slamming. Every time I step in, I'm slamming. Every time I hop out, I'm slamming. Every time I step in, I'm slamming. I'm slamming. Watch out for the snakes, cause they slither. It do not matter if you hatin', you just bitter. Did nasty things with your main, now you kiss her. Plus we getting big bags, that's why you big mad. My windows ain't tinted cause I love it when you look inside. So much wood inside, I'm getting calls from the EPA. It's in my DNA, I tried to stop, I would if I could, but I'm driven like the foot on my accelerator. The way the sun kissed the paint, I call it PDA. The way you trying to count my phone should have been a CPA. Better get an order to y'all, better check your order. Won't order, not even start with a stone, had a harder order. It's best to lean back, as shit tap the blunt outside. Don't let the cherry burn the seat, this fabric is customized. So is the rest of my ride, rag tie, digital dash, 100 spokes, no Lambo doors. I gotta slam them closed. Should I get that candy paint or maybe make it two-tone? Sit that thing up on some bowls or how about 100 spokes? See, at first I wanted to, but I'm glad I got both so I can slam more doors, slam more doors. I'm slamming. Every time I step in, I'm slamming. Every time I hop out, I'm slamming. Every time I step in, I'm slamming. Watch out for the snakes, cause they slither. It do not matter if you hatin', you just bitter. Did nasty things with your main, now you kiss her. Plus we getting big bags, that's why you big. I know that it looks simple, but it is so difficult. I'm a 80s baby, but my Chevy bone is 64. Usually ride one deep, but it could fit by 6 or more. 2 in the front, 3 in the back, and 1 where the speakers go. I caught a body, this rapper, he tried to try me, he slipped, thought he was about it, no limit, was in the 90s. And plus I'm about my cash money, don't got time for juveniles. Kush got me Louise, buy up another breezy. These snitches guilty of treason, they plotting, then they scheming, I'm screaming off with their heads. They better off dead, or off in the feds. They often depressed, cause we all in the press. Front page of Albany Herald, Paudi and Albany Legend. Now let's go get that candy paint or maybe make it two-tone. Sit that thing up on some bowls or how about 100 spokes? See, at first I wanted to, but I'm glad I got both so I can slam more doors, slam more doors. I'm slamming. Every time I step in, I'm slamming. Every time I hop out, I'm slamming. Every time I step in, I'm slamming. Should I get that candy paint or maybe make it two-tone? Sit that thing up on some bowls or how about 100 spokes? See, at first I wanted to, but I'm glad I got both so I can slam more doors, slam more doors. I'm slamming. Every time I step in, I'm slamming. Every time I hop out, I'm slamming. Every time I step in, I'm slamming.